Righto, guys and girls, as polo cross members, we've just got a couple of strappers that are on the other field playing, so we're going to need a couple of members of the polo cross community. We need a goal waiver down the end, left of the field. We need a goal waiver down there, someone from donate their services. Very much, sir. Looks like we've got the goalie, so we'll just need a couple of strappers to help walk their horses. That'd be much appreciated. The fantastic community that polo cross is. Everyone's looking out for each other. And we've got our umpire, Chris Franklin, out here. As I said earlier, we're moments away from getting underway out here on the main field. The Olympus horse feed field. We'll be ready to get things crack-a-lacking. Injury worries to the New Zealand side. One of the New Zealand men has gone out with a groin injury. So he'll be there supporting his team. So the other umpire, along with Chris Franklin, will be Buster Jolly. We've got a bit of support coming from the Aussies on the sideline. What's your name, Dale?
Rhyme.
Rhyme, right. And what did you want to say?
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Okay, umpire Michael Jolly's just coming to the field. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's showtime down here on the main field, the blue field. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Riding on for the New Zealand time, it'll be Marin Tai, Kayla Hill and Beth Baker with Gemma Murray, the impact player. For the men, it'll be Jared Richardson, Russell Tai and Beau Moore. For the Aussies, the hometown heroes, they're going to line up. The number 1, Lucy Grills. The number 2, Lauren Silito. The number 3 will be Beth Hafey with Suzette Thomas doing her time on the pine. For the men, it'll be the number 1, Jim Grills. The number 2, Will Weston. The number 3 will be Lance Anderson. And Abbott Grills will spend his time on the sidelines for the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask that you all please stand for the New Zealand national anthem? Now may I ask, ladies and gentlemen, that you remain standing for the Australian National Anthem. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time. It's showtime here on the blue field. The main event is what we've all come down for. As we have our two umpires here, in Chris Franklin and Michael Jolly. They bring the players in. You've heard it here, you heard it at Ballarat Carnival 2019. Chris Franklin, play fair, play to the whistle. There's two of them out there. We're going to get it rocking and rolling. Australia versus New Zealand, first chucker. As I said, we line up for the ladies, for the New Zealand side. It'll be Marin Ty, Kayla Hill and Beth Peaker. For the Aussie girls, it'll be Lucy Grills, Lauren Silito and Beth Hafey. Umpire Franklin lines them up. Time on called. Ball goes in. The first one's grabbed out of the pack there by Silito. The number two for the Aussies. That number two for the Aussies in Silito in control now. Hard press there by the number one with Marin Ty. She's got one to deal with. But it's all Silito. Cops a bit for efforts. 1, 2, 3. She's going to sit there. Will she get on the third, fourth? Silito gets out of trouble now. Waits for a player to come through. Beth Hafey takes one out of the equation. They've set a swab around. Kayla Hill, she comes on the defence. Lucy Grills, she comes back out, grabs the ball, in control now. The girl on the chestnut pony, 30-yard line bounce. No, got an unkind bounce, but look at the skills. No. Lucy Grills got a very bad bounce there and wasn't able to capitalise on it. Was steering it just to the right of that post. So therefore it'll be time off called. Time off there called by the umpires. So the missed shot on goal by the Australian number one, Lucy Grills, that means it'll be Beth Peaker. From the 30-yard line, gets a good bounce, turns into trouble, traffic coming through, good enough to get around it. No, she wasn't, unloaded. Look at the volley there from Lucy Grills. Tapped it up, kept it alive and kept possession of it. So it'll be the number one for Australia, Lucy Grills, looking to put it through the uprights, but it'll put the first one on the board for the green and golds. Look, Grills now dances around with Peaker, left, right. She sucks me in with that one, puts the high one over the top, and there it is, first blood on the boards for the Aussies. So I'm pretty confident that these will be 8 8s that they're playing, 8 6s. So it'll be, so they're 8 chuckers, 8 chuckers, and each one will go for 6 minutes. So far side of the field, ball got thrown in. It'll sit on that ground for that number 2 in Lauren Silito. The engine room in there. Couldn't pull it off though as that ball made it over the 30-yard line where it looks like it's going to sit there in the goal scoring area for the green and golds. No, umpire Franklin, he's pulled them up and he's going to march them down to the top of the D where it'll be Lucy Grills to put goal number 2 on the board for the Aussies. Okay, so the New Zealanders looking to rally the troops. Ball goes in, it goes out Australia's side, in amongst the twos. Yes, it'll be the number 2 for the Kiwis in Kayla Hill. Kayla Hill copping plenty of attention from the Australian defence. 1, 2, Grill's got her on the 4th though. It's that Pika, the number 3 for the Kiwis. Pika picks up the ball, pass went out to the 1 in Marantai, and there is New Zealand's first run on the board. Well, I think we're at 2 goals plays 1. So the New Zealanders, fantastic effort there. Pulled it out of the centre, ran into some heavy traffic, but Pika in the right place at the right time. Put the pass out to the number 1 in Marantai, and there it is. First blood on the boards for the Blacks. Other side of the field, ball's gone out the back. Pika, can she get it? No, she couldn't. Beth Hafey, look at all the rackets. They're coming from everywhere. Got unloaded on the 3rd, and I think hit down has been indicated by umpire Chris Franklin. So therefore, they'll march them down to the 30-yard line where the number 1 for the Australian side in Lucy Grills. She'll take it from the spot. 10-yard throw. Bounce come up nice at that time for her. And she does the dance with Beth Pika, the number 3 from New Zealand. Once again, but not much that Pika could have done about that as it goes high and long and straight over the top. And that'll be 3 goals to Australia. 3 goals plays 1. Midway through the first chukker of this Australian versus New Zealand game, as umpire Franklin sends them all back. There it is now, he's happy with them, he's thrown it in. Selite, that's her 2nd for the game. As she comes up with it, looks for her number 1, who's stuck in traffic back in centre field. Grills, she's out in front on the lead. Selite makes the break now. Pass goes in, and what a wayward pass it was. And it never even looked like making it to Grills, that one. So it will go over the sideline where Beth Pika, the number 3 from New Zealand, she'll take the 10-yard throw from the spot where umpire Chris Franklin says. So Pika down there in the bottom corner was able to keep the ball alive, but Chris Franklin was right there on the scene of the crime. And it'll be an Australian ball from the back line, where Grills will take the 10-yard throw. Bounce come up. Hard press there by Pika. Sideline coming through. Grills stuck in traffic. 1, 2. Can Pika get to her? No, she can't. Grills will turn her way out of trouble. Looks to drive around the front. Side flick. No, she thought better of it. Wants to make sure. They're up by 3. Grills looking to make it 4. But it's all Grills out the front. It's a South African loop around. Flags go up. Waved all clear. And that'll put them in front by 4 goals. 3 goals. 4 goals plays 1. Aussies in front by 3. Far side of the field now with umpire Buster Jolly. Ball goes in. It's gone out the back. It's gone way out the back. The first one will be onto it. Will be the number 3, Beth Hafey. Plenty of pace. The long bomb goes out. And so does the timer. That's the end of the first chukker, ladies and gentlemen. That is time. So Beth Hafey, nice and hungry for that ball out the back, as we just seen. Went for the long bomb option, but time come through and beat her. And so at the end of the first chukker, we've got a scoreline that'll read 4 goals plays 1. Right, as we ride on for the men, we're not mucking around here. For the New Zealanders, Jared Richardson, Russell Ty and Beau Moore. For the men, it'll be Jimmy Grills, Will Anderson and Will Weston and Lance Anderson out the back. The backwards pass went through. Lance Anderson sat there. He's got the Blacks defence all around him coming through. Look at him, hang on to that one though as he looks up. Grills stuck in traffic in centre field. Lance Anderson, he's lost it. Was it a backward pass or did he lose it? You'll never know. But Will Weston was there to pick up the pieces. Trying to come through and take a player out of the equation is Anderson. But Will Weston too good. Pass went in. Grills didn't want it. Threw it away. And therefore it'll be a black ball from the back line. And it's that number 3. It'll be that number 3 in Beau Moore. The blonde-headed fella with the glasses, he takes a 10-yard throw, dances his way out of trouble, looks up, finds his number one in Jared Richardson. Richardson also playing in the sunglasses here today in Ballarat. It's Richardson, pretty handy player, this young lad. Look at him go, ducks left, fakes right, bounce, trap, shoot. There it is, second goal on the board for New Zealand. Two goals plays four. Two goals plays four. In favour of the Aussies. 2 goals plays 4 as we line them up. Let's send them away out the back. The first one on him, but Lance Anderson, he didn't want it. Will Weston says, don't worry, buddy, I've got your back. Ducks his way out of trouble. Lance Anderson comes through to take Richardson. It's Weston though, drops a hammer. Hard press there by his opposing number 2 in Russell Ty. It's still Weston. Weston in control. Grills having a bit of trouble down there with Beau Moore. Pass went out to Grills. Not nicely taken there. This is a bit more like the Jim Grills that we know. As the young lad ducks left, goes over the top. Flags go up, waved all clear. That'll be 5 goals plays 2. Also, guys, I think the New Zealanders, they might just need a hand walking horses and stuff down there. If you're down there, one of the members of Polo Cross, you could give him a hand. That'll be great. Scorers end of the field. Ball's gone in. It's bounced off everyone. Gone way out the back. Anderson with the offside pickup. He comes up with it nicely. He's got one man to deal with and get around. Russell Ty. He's still got him. Puts him on the non-racket side. As Will Weston comes through to take out Richardson, does so. Look at the traffic ducked around it all too. Lance Anderson, seasoned player, went 1, 2, 3, still got hold of it. They can't get it off him. Jimmy Grills now out in the front like a good one should be. Got away nicely. Out on a good lead was young Grills then, and it makes it very easy for the ball carrier to deliver the ball. Young Grills now ducks left, shimmies right, fakes it, thinks better of it. He went to South African last one. We've seen it a bit this weekend, that South African throw. We're going to see it again. And I reckon he's thrown it once, twice, 3 times. He's thrown them all as he puts another one on the board. And that'll be 6 goals plays 2 in favour of the Aussies. The Kiwi support comes through. They're 4 goals down. Midway through the second chukker. Ball's not gone in yet. Umpire Buster Jolly. In starter's hands. There it is. He lets it go. Slapped down there by the 3s. It's gone groundward. Who will it be? Nice clean out and pick up by that man in the number 1 shirt for Jimmy Grills for the Aussies. He looks around. He's got black shirts unloaded with a beautiful little sneaky wood there from Russell Ty. He unloaded Grills there. Nice little sneaky chop. And he was able to convert. Puts out the high long bomb at the moment. Will it make it to Richardson? No, it won't. Unkind bounce. Lance Anderson, he picked it up though. And he dances around the traffic. We do the job once again. That big South African, what a pass, what a take, what a catch as Jimmy Grills bounced through, bounce, trap, shoot. Goal number 7. So Lance Anderson able to just sneak it past that opposing New Zealand player and straight into the waiting racket of Jimmy Grills. These Kiwi fellas have got to make something happen. They need this one. They're 5 goals down. As the ball goes in, hang on, we got a whistle on play by umpire Buster Jolly. Free goal to Australia has been awarded for a hit in the head by umpire Chris Franklin. So that'll put it to 8 goals plays 2. Correct weight in favour of the green and gold. Not what New Zealand need. As we've got another whistle on play, umpire Franklin not quite happy. He's going to give it in the direction of the New Zealand number 1, which is Jared Richardson. Pretty handy little player. Takes the 10-yard throw, got an unkind bounce, makes his way through, coming through traffic, bounces through. The fancy racket work by Richardson there. Hits for that 30-yard line. He's got one man to contend with. And Lance Anderson, what about the pressure work from the number 3, Lance Anderson? The young fella in Richardson just maybe rushed that one a little bit too much. and steered it wide, which is not what the New Zealand side wanted. They've given away a free goal, and now that one. You can't afford to give these mistakes away, especially playing against these sort of calibres, such as the Australian boys, what are out here right now. But the 1-2 went out to Jim Grills, and Grills went bounce, trap, shoot. That's it. So unlucky for that man, Jared Richardson. But that is the end of the second chukker. So with a scoreline that reads 10 goals placed 2, the New Zealand boys will go back to the drawing board, regroup, and we'll see him in a chukker's time. So if any Polo Cross members are just sitting around, you'd be able to duck over and give the New Zealanders a hand to walk any horses that might need it. As I've said earlier today, all the horses that have been lent that the New Zealanders are playing on, they're all lent horses. People have gone out of their way to lend the horses to the New Zealanders, as will all the World Cup teams when they go to Warwick later on this year. They'll all be playing on borrowed horses. I can't find Charlie Brooks at the moment, but we'll be able to catch up with him in a little while, and he'll be able to tell us a little bit more about all that. Spotted Charlie over here. We'll just drag him down the front. So just quickly, Charlie, we're just talking about lending horses for the Polo Cross World Cup in the upcoming April.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. We've done pretty well here today. We've got in discussions with a couple of Victorians for some more horses. If anyone's got any horses, we'd love to hear from you. I'm only here today and tomorrow. I've got the paperwork, and there's some huge incentives for people to lend horses. We're going to look after you when you come to Warwick. As you can see, the horses that most of these players are on this weekend are all going into the pool. So that's the sort of horses. You know what we're looking for. Any horse we get would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlie. As we ride on for the second chukker with the girls, we'll line up with Lauren Sillett up the front. Beth Hafey's gone in the middle. And out the back will be Suzette Thomas. For the New Zealand side, Kayla Hill, Gemma Murray and Beth Peaker. Ball went thrown in and it went way out the back, and I mean way out the back, with the two young lads at the scoreboard. They'll claim it and give it to the hands of the umpire, Buster Jolly, where he'll throw that ball in. It bounces off the threes. It'll sit there for the twos. No, it won't. Yes, it will. No. Bit of traffic congestion on the Westgate Freeway. It's the number 3 from New Zealand in Beth Peaker. She comes up with it. But it's Beth Peaker, the number 3 from New Zealand. Nice bit of work there as she looked up, found her number 1, which was Kayla Hill. And that pass went out. And that'll put goal number 3 on the board for New Zealand, which is much needed. So these New Zealand girls, they need to rally it and shut the Aussie girls down. And we might see a show on our hands. Ball goes in. It's gone down. Who for? No one. The 3s didn't want it. The 2s. The 2's in Beth Hafey. Beth Hafey, she's come up with it. Lead for that 30-yard line. Looks up. Can see our number 1. That looked like the New Zealand defence have come through. Plenty of pressure on. Long pass went out. Nicely taken there by Sillito, I might add. She sat right out of the saddle to get that one. And it'll be the number 1 for the Aussies in Lauren Sillito to do the dance with Beth Peaker once again. So it'll be Lauren Sillito in control. The number 1 playing for Australia. Looks to drive around the front. No, thinks better of it. Wants to make sure of it. Peaker looking to get a crack at that ball. Puts a pace on now. Drives around the front. Side flick. No, dummies it. Checks up. Lobs it through. And that'll put goal number 11 on the board for the Australians. I beg your pardon. The official score is 10 goals placed 3. So that's the official score, 10 goals placed 3. His umpire, Franklin, sends them all back. He says, don't crowd me and I'll give it to you. Franklin now puts the ball in, snapped out of there by the number 2 for Australia, Beth Hafey. What a take it was. She can grab a ball out of the centre, this young girl, and look at her go. Leaps around, turns to the left, dances around to the right, still in control. Suzette Thomas takes one out, makes it a one-on-one contest. Nice bit of work there by Thomas. But it's Beth Hafey still in control. Puts a long pass out. Will it make it? Yes, it will. They're hard to catch those ones. And Silito, she's done it nicely. That's why she's in the position where she is. As she goes to do the dance with Pika. One take. So she wheels that pony around, gets him moving. Looks to drive. Option. She thinks better. Regathers. Hard pressed into this top corner. Where's the wood? Oh, she's unloaded it. Good enough to grab it again, though. Not giving her an inch. 1, 2. Got her on the second as well. It'll sit down. So she's. Say that one. It's Lauren Silito. Oh. As Lauren checks up back and throws it through. And that'll put goal number 11 on the board for the Australians. Ball goes in, it's gone out the back, gone way out the back. It'll sit there for the number 3, Pika. She's going to run the sideline. That little pony, he loves doing it too. Pass goes out, the Hail Mary pass to Hill. What a catch! What a catch! As young Hill puts another one through the uprights for the All Blacks. And that'll be goal number 4. As that number 3 horse in the New Zealand side, he's played a lot of 3 in his day, as those Victorians might know. Won a couple of champion ponies at the Victorian Championships. As Beth Pika doing a nice job out the back. Meanwhile, ball's gone in, gone out the Australian side. Suzette Thomas, she can see it. Hard press, they're all around her. Nice work there by Beth Hafey. It's Suzette Thomas, ducks around, goes left, looks right, puts it in the 5th gear now, looks up, finds Silito. Pass went out, nicely taken. Can she get the turn? No, she couldn't. Door was slammed shut by Beth Pika. So it's Lauren Silito in control, looks to drive around the front, does so on this occasion. That South African throws straight over the top. And just as New Zealand managed to pull one through, Australia fiercely answer back with a scoreline of 12 goals, plays 4. Twelve goals, plays 4. Mid to late through the 3rd chucker. Ball's gone in, bounced off the 3s. The 2s didn't want it. The 1s are coming through. Hill, she can see it. No, she can't. Will she get it? They're everywhere. I do believe someone's come up with it. It's the number 2 for the All Blacks in Gemma Murray. Murray, she's come up with it in control. As the number 3 in Beth Pika. Takes one out of the equation, but it's still Murray. She got the yellow shirts all around her. Pass has gone out to Pika. But it's Pika. Pika. Pass went out. Oh, what a shocker it was. Suzette Thomas couldn't quite get it. It'll sit there for Hill. Kayla Hill, will it? No. Suzette Thomas wants it more, but that'll be time. Time, players. That's chucker. The end of the 3rd chucker, ladies and gentlemen. So a nice, good, hard, solid bit of polo cross stand there. The Aussies still out to a fair margin. It'd be interesting to see what happens when the New Zealand men come back on. They've had 6 minutes to think about it and regroup. Can they turn it around and pull it back? They've got to shut the combination down of these Australian men, and they've got to really limit it to them if they're going to make any sort of impact. They're a man down already out with a groin injury, but the New Zealand's looking to rally themselves. We just need once again, guys, the New Zealanders need a hand down there walking some horses. If we could get a few volunteers from the community here in Victoria to head down and give them a hand. I'll grab that off her once you've filled her in. Do you need to write it down?
I think the boss has got to look at it first.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not three of these, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, the other bloke's done it wrong.
Yeah, I just heard you say that. That's why I realised.
Okay, as we ride back on. They've had a change in position, the Kiwis. The number 1 will still stay Jared Richardson. The number 2, Bo Moore. The number 3, Russell Ty. For the Aussies, the number 1, Jim Grills. The number 2, Will Weston. The number 3, Abbott Grills. Ball went out the New Zealand side. Hit bounced off the threes. No one wanted it. That man Weston, he wanted it. It's that man Weston in control. The number 2 for Australia on the chestnut pony. Wheels it round. Bo Moore looking to get a chop at the cherry. Can't quite get to him. Looks up, finds Grills already on the lead. But Grills accepts nicely as he looks to step around his number 3 and opponent in Ty. So it's still Jim Grills. Jim Grills looks to put the pace on now. Side flick. She doesn't get much straighter than that, the young fella. And that'll put goal number 12. 13, I beg your pardon. Goal number 13 plays 4. Ball's gone in, far side of the field. It went down the 2s, the 3s. No one wants it. Who wants it more? That man, Abbott Grills. They're flying from everywhere. It'll flick down through to Stoffer. Better pace coming on now. Watch this for a picker. The offside. No, he didn't. He left it behind. I might have jinxed him. It's coming through. We have a whistle on play. So the whistle on play, from what I'm getting here, they've pinned the New Zealand number 1 in Richardson for a turn on the ball, but he was disputing the fact. But Chris Franklin laid down the law and said, you turned on it, he had line, so therefore it'll be marched down to the goal-scoring area of the number 1 for Australia in Jim Grills. Grills now took the 10-yard throw. He's got to do battle with this man Ty once again, Russell Ty. But it's Grills as he sneaks around the back, leans out, and style, all style, he'll put it through for goal number 14. Scorers end of the field. That man Richardson, he won't take that lightly. He's looking to grab one up the front. He's got to contend with this man Grills though. It'll go on the ground, down the Aussie side. It'll be for Grills. No, it won't. It's to the left there. And that ball will roll out over the sideline. And that will be a black ball from the spot where umpire Franklin marks the spot where that man in Richardson, you talk about determination, the gravel in the guts, the spit in the eye. Richardson puts it into no man's land. He's got green and gold shirts all around him. Volleys it back. Will Moore collect? Yes, he will. Volleys the 1-2 back to him. And look at this. Look at the setup by the New Zealanders. It's that man Richardson all out on his own. Do the green and gold get to him? No, they won't. Lays the bounce down. And this man Richardson, cool as he sits up. He's got to step around Abbott Grills, but it's Richardson. Will we see the side flick? No. Shimmies once, shakes left, cops one for Abbott for his efforts. And it'll be that man in Jared Richardson, the number 1, the goal-scoring number 1 for New Zealand. Sold some candy. He sucked me in with that one and read her out. And that'll put goal number 5 on the board for the All Blacks. So as I said, the gravel in the gut and you spit in your eye, the determination from the number 1 in Richardson. Put it out in front of plenty of gold shirts and wanted it more. He come up with it. And therefore, we line him up on the far side. It goes through all of them. Out the back, it'll be the man Grills. Cops one for his efforts. As it's that man, Abbott Grills, still in control. Well, Will Weston comes through to make it a one-on-one contest. Grills still in control. Finds up, finds Jimmy. Pass went in like a rocket it was too. And looks like it'll sit there for that number 3 in Russell Ty. So hard pressed by Jimmy Grills there. But it's Russell Ty, the number 3 for New Zealand. In the black shirt, looks, finds his number 2, Bo Moore, all out on his own. And it's Bo Moore, steadies things up a bit. Waits for his teammate and Russell Ty to come through and grab a player. Nice bit of work by Russell Ty. Takes Grills out and makes it a one-on-one contest. But it puts a 1-2 into Richardson. Richardson unloaded there. He took on Will Weston, but it was unloaded, and Beau Moore in the right place at the right time. He was able to capitalise. Lets the Aussies fly by. Plenty of swings coming from everywhere. They're swinging like a 60s nightclub. But it's Beau Moore finds some space, and he finds his number one in Richardson. So it's the man Richardson as he looks to drive around the back of Abbott Grills, and the flags go up, and so does this rackets as goal number 6 goes on the board for the All Blacks. So as we're midway through the 4th chukker, umpire Franklin scores into the field. He's not happy with the lineup. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s, he lets it go now. Will Weston, what a catch. Richie Benno would be happy with that one as he flies him through. He checks up and lets all the players fly by. And now it's Will Weston in control of the ball. But we have a whistle on play from umpire Michael Jolly, where an infringement has been spotted by the man in the black and white jacket. And the ball has gone in the direction of Jim Grills. So Jim Grills does the dance with Russell Ty, sorry. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. And we'll see if there might have been a bit of push and shove there. I'm not too sure on the call from umpire Jolly. Might be able to get a bit of inside information a little bit later on. Judging by the actions from Jolly there, I'd say that was the thing, but we'll come back to that one a little bit later on. But we got a scoreline of 15. 15 plays 6. And that's the end of the 4th chukker, ladies and gentlemen. Scoreline that reads 15 goals, play 6. And we've still got another 2 to go. Another 4. 4 chukkers to go? So another 4 chukkers to go. As I might be able to get a bit of inside information from umpire Buster Jolly. Umpire Jolly, the last infringement that was taken there by Jim Grills, that was for, we get a bit of inside information. The confidential. Right, he's not giving much away, but he definitely seen the infringement. These umpires are out here to do a job, and they've got the whistles in their mouth, and that's what they do. They use them when they see an infringement like that. So, we're halfway point. Scoreline that means 15 goals, play 6 in favour of the green and golds. We welcome back to the field. Riding on, they're in front by a fair lead. The Australians, that'll be Lucy Grills as the number 1. The number 2 looks like it's going to be Suzette Thomas. And out the back will be the number 3, Beth Hafey, as we ride on for the New Zealanders. Yeah, it's 15-6, isn't it? Thanks. Hey, Harry. 15 plays 6. Thanks, lads. 15 plays 6. Thank you. Righto, so we'll be right back on for the New Zealanders. The number 1 will be Marin Ty. The number 2, Gemma Murray. And the number 3 will be Beth Peaker. Peaker getting a lot of game time out here. And looks like she's had a change of broncs. So as I've said earlier on, all these horses that are being played in this World Cup side come April, they'll all be on burrowed horses. So all the horses go into pool and the names are drawn out of the hat. And that's what team gets what horses. So here we are, down at Ballarat, 2019. Umpire Franklin calls time on. The Aussies, they're in front by a bit. The ball's gone out the back. It'll be flicked up in the air by the threes. Who is it? Pika. She can see it. Yes, she can. Ball's gone. Pass has gone out to the number 1 in Marantai. And it was easy as that. That's the start that the New Zealanders need at the top of the 6. The 6, isn't it? Yep. Yep, is the 6 Shaka?
Oh, sorry. No, the 5th.
Top of the 5th, it is, sorry. Top of the 5th, and it's 15 plays 7. Ball's gone in. Suzette Thomas. Like I said, the New Zealanders, they seem to pull one, and the Aussies answer back with vengeance. Lucy Grills having a few break issues. She had the Jake break on, flicked it back into centre field, but the whistle came on from umpire Buster Jolly, and it looks like it'll be a number 3 for New Zealand, Beth Pika. She'll take the ball from the spot where umpire Jolly says. So she takes a 10-yard throw. Will it sit for her? No, it won't. She's good enough to get it with the offside pickup. Yes, she is. Gathers her reins. She's got Lucy Grills breathing down her neck. Pace comes on now, bounces over the 30-yard line as she sets herself alight. Holds its line pretty well, this pony, as Lucy Grills can't quite get a shoulder in front. Makes a break now, looking to link up. Tries to find her number 1 in Marantai. Oh, and the pass went out, but the number 3, Beth Hafey, snuck around the corner and said, I'll take that, thank you very much. Pass went back out, the 1-2, the number 2, onto the 1, Lucy Grills. She's got a paddock in front of her. Even Dwyer would be happy with that one. And it's Lucy Grills, bounced over the 30-yard line, and hard pressed by Beth Pika once again. Grills ducks around the back and goes for a ride. Sits up, ducks left, the South African over the top. Yep, flags waved, all clear. And that'll be 16 plays 7. So fantastic steal there by Beth Hafey. Just sat back playing possum and come through at the right place at the right time. The 1-2 straight the list to Thomas. And then onwards to Lucy Grills. Umpire Franklin, not quite happy with the lineup just yet. Whistle on play by umpire Jolly. Happy now, no they're not, they're going to pull them back, whistle on plate. So the intensity in this lineup, they're coming through. Every girl wants it. As they line up, every girl wants a piece of that ball. As they line up once again, the 2s, the 3s, that one's a bit better. It's gone out the green and gold side. No one wanted it. Les Thomas, Grills. No, it won't. It'll go in the favour of that man in the black and white jacket in Chris Franklin. Knocked out by a horse's foot. The umpire will throw it into all 6 players once again. So as Marantai grabs her racket, heads back into the... hang on, I'll get it. Righto, she needs to hang on to that one if they're going to put themselves back in this game. Bounce off the 2s, go on the Aussie side. It'll go groundwood. Comes out with Beth Hafey. She wanted it more than anyone else there. I didn't even think she was in the contention for it. She picked it up, ran into some traffic, was unloaded, and they got her on the 3rd, but Lucy Grills was there to pick up the scraps. And now it'll be Grills, the number 1 for Australia. She'll pick it up, wait for her teammates to go over player. Hard press there by the number 2 for Gemma Murray. But it's Grills, still in control. Looking for that 30-yard line. Meets Beth Pika down there. Bounce, trap, South African over the top. 17 plays 7. The Aussies are in front by 10. So, as Marantai just grabs her racket again. She might need to duck over and see Graham Bennett to give a little bit of grip there. She might need a new grip on her racket there, Graham. So we're back in action here on the main field. The Olympus horse feed field as they throw the ball in. It's gone out the back. It's gone way out the back. Hit a little divot and bounced off to the left. Her Pika couldn't get a crack at it, but the number 3, Beth Hafey, she picked it up, got unloaded, and that ball was awfully close to the sideline as it'll sit there, and umpire Franklin was right there on the scene of the crime. And he's called it a black ball where the number 1 in Marantai, she'll take it from the sideline. When she puts the pass out to herself, bounce comes up, dances around the pack, but hang on a minute, she's got green and gold all around her. They've come from everywhere. Nice bit of number 2 worked off there by Gemma Murray. Ty threw the ball away. She left it there for that little hungry blonde-headed girl, that Beth Hafey. Geez, she's having a good game. As she picked it up, it's Hafey all the way, and she looked up and found Grills. And she was right there out in front like a good one should be. But that goal right there goes to the number 3 from Australia, Beth Hafey. Fantastic commitment, fantastic work there. Scorers into the field now. Ball goes in, it's bounced off the 2s, gone out the back. It'll sit there for Pika. Backhand pickup, didn't want it. Gemma Murray, she did. She looks to make a quick one on the board. 17-7, but the time's beaten them, and that'll be the end of the 5th chukker. Unlucky for the All Blacks. Time beat them on that occasion. They just started to get a roll up. But we have the Aussies in front by 10 goals at the end of the 5th chukker. 18 goals, play 7 is the official score. If Harry down there on the scoreboard can hear me, 18 play 7, mate. So we have the Aussies in front by 11 goals. Thanks, mate. So as I said earlier on, we have got quite a match out here. Seen some really good polo cross. We've got the Aussies in front by 11 goals, and I can see there's a few people kicking around on the sidelines. I might add the bar's open. If you're feeling past, you're feeling thirsty, I know the feeling. Make your way down to the bar there. I'm sure the guys will be able to fix you up with a nice beverage. What do you reckon, umpire Franklin? Pretty dry out here.
It's very dry, mate.
Very dry. I reckon he'll be looking forward to a nice refreshment after he's finished umpiring this game. It's not an easy job umpiring, but the game cannot be played without the men in the black and white jackets. So it's much appreciated for him pulling on the whites and to call the game this afternoon. Thanks.
Just put in Adina World Cup and you'll get it.
Righto. Adina.
Adina's our sponsor.
Oh, yeah, Adina World Cup. Righto. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, both of these teams will be in action later on this year at the Polo Cross World Cup in Warwick, Queensland. I do believe it might be from the 22nd to the 28th of April. If you need to know any information about it, just head to the website www.adinworldcup.com.au, or you can contact Charlie Brooks. He's the man to talk to. He's organising all the horses that go in the pool, and it should be a fantastic event, one that you really want to make sure you book yourselves in and go and make it to that event. But here at Ballarat 2019, we're right on at the top of the 6 for the men. Jim Grills, the Aussie men, Jim Grills, Abbott Grills and Lance Anderson. For the Aussies, for the New Zealanders, have stayed the same. John Richardson, Russell Ty and Bo Moore. It'll be Abbott Grills. He's come up with it. Hard press to the sideline by Ty. Pass went out to Anderson. Anderson now looks up, finds Grills out on a lead. Nice lead there too, I might add, as Jim Grills sets up. Ducks left, Chimmy's right. Sets up. got to contend with that number 3 in Bowmore. Waits for his opportunity. It's opened up. There it is. And that'll push a 12-goal lead to the Aussies. Is that the official score? Is that 18-7? Is that right? So that'll be 19 goals, play 7. 19 play 7 there, Harry. As we line up on the far side of the field with umpire Buster Jolly. He's not quite happy with the lineup. Ball goes in. The threes are there now. It looks like it's going to be more. Yes, it will. The number 3 for the All Blacks. As Lance Anderson held up in centre field due to the Russell tie. That long bomb went out to Richardson. And it's Jared Richardson in control. The number 1 for the All Blacks. So it's Richardson. He ducks left. Looks to get around the number 3, Lance Anderson. Shows him the racket. I'm very confident that Lance Anderson will be looking to get a crack at it. But Richardson, not that stupid. As he holds him to the top. Someone can be left, right, and centre like he puts it way over the top, and that'll be goal number 8 for the New Zealand side. Time on call by umpire Franklin. As he lines them up. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s, they're there. It bounces off the 1s. It'll sit there for Richardson. But look, he's got green and gold all around him. Volleys it back to Moore. Moore, the number 3 for the Blacks. Gets around Abbott Grills, the number 2. Puts him on the non-racket side. Looks up to try and find Richardson. Hard pass went out. He threw it right into the pack, right into the racket of the awaiting number 3, Lance Anderson. Anderson with a beautiful pass there by Abbott Grills. And watch Grills' pony go. He hasn't even got him wound out yet. He's trying to hold him back. Abbott Grills forced down into the area by the number 2 from New Zealand, which forced that pass. And I must say, what a nice bit of number 2 work there from the New Zealand defence. Put him way in there, which forced that pass over there. He could see that Abbott Grills was trying to stop his horse, but it kept it running, and therefore put it over the sideline. But Jimmy Grills, too good, was able to regain possession, as he loves that South African shot. And there the flags go up once again for young Grills, which will put it as 20 goals, plays 8. So the All Blacks looking to try and crawl their way back. They're going to have to shut this Aussie side down if they're going to work out a plan to do this. Ball's gone in, bounced off the 2s. Abbott Grills now. Looked to let his pony run, but kept hold of it. The number 2 work from the All Black defence comes in. Abbott, left, right. Now he's got both of them to contend with. Does he shimmy the pass? Jimmy Grills comes back out to grab it. Yes, he does. Now, not too confident. Abbott Grills comes through and makes it a one-on-one contest. Yes, he does. Jimmy Grills looking to work his way down the field and poke his way through traffic. Traffic collision on the Westgate Freeway as we have a whistle on play, and it's coming through. We'll be awaiting the decision from the umpire, Chris Franklin, as he's going to lay down the law to him. So Jared Richardson's horse is trotting it out, make sure it's okay. Free goal has been awarded to New Zealand. Free goal to New Zealand. So it's umpire Franklin calls time on, sends him back, bounces off the 1s, and it'll go back in the direction of the umpire, Chris Franklin. You line them up again. There it is. Oh, beautiful take there up the front by Richardson. But they're all around him. They're all over him. Anderson was sitting there waiting. So was Grills. Oh, with a nice little sideward swing coming through. And by the look of that, Richardson didn't mean it. It was a bit of an accident. Accident or not, the free goal has gone back towards Australia. So that'll put them at 21, plays 9. The official score, 21 plays 9. Far side of the field. Snapped out of there by the number 2 for Australia. In Abbott Grills. Does the 1-2 back to his number 3 in Lance Anderson. Anderson loves carrying the ball, this lad. Oh, got some attention for his efforts. Nice number 2 work there by Abbott Grills. But it's all Lance Anderson still in control. That man in the green and gold shirt. He's ducks left, shimmies right. Looking at a trap. You've seen the South African straight into the racket of the awaiting number 1 in Jay Grills. And Dre Grills will do the dance with this number 3, Bo Moore, once again, down in the goal scoring area for the green and gold. So Grills, will he go over the top? Give us the famous South African. Cops a nice swing there from Bo Moore. But it's all Jim Grills still in control. Jimmy Grills played a lot of polo cross in his day. That number 1 is his position, as you've just seen him throw another South African. So that'll put him up to 22 goals, plays 9. So both teams able to get an exposure to the opposition in these exhibition games. We've still got 2 chuckers to go after this as we line them up. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s aren't there yet, and they've pulled them back as we line them up once again, but that'll be time. That's the end of the 6th chucker. We've still got 2 more to go after this, ladies and gentlemen. They are 8 sixes, so the games are not over yet. But it's starting to feel like that time, isn't it, Chris?
Just about, mate, just about.
Yep, that's exactly right. So the scoreline that reads 22 goals, plays 9. We are Harry Simmons. 22 goals, plays 9. Thanks, buddy. So there'll be a dinner on a little bit later on, folks, for those here at the Ballarat Polo Cross Grounds. That's over in the main shed. That dinner will commence at 7 o'clock. That'll be $15 for adults and $5 for under 10s. So, at the top of the 7th chucker, the girls, they're back on. Aussie versus New Zealand. Here they are, the ball's gone on the ground. The number 2, Gemma Murray, she come up with it. The New Zealand girl, she found the number 1 in Kayla Hill. Kayla Hill, bounce, traps, shoots. Pulls one back for the New Zealand side. Nice work there by the New Zealand girls. So Kyla Hill, sorry. So Kyla Hill not mucking around at all. Thanks. Ball's gone out the back. Who will it be? It'll be Pika. Pika lets them all fly by. Looks for the 30-yard line. Kyla Hill held up in centre field. No, she's set now. And she's all on her own. And Kyla Hill, so it's just what the Blacks needed. That'll push them out to 11 goals, plays 22. So can they get another one? Scorer's end of the field, ball's gone in. It's Lucy Grills, she plucked one out the front. Not what New Zealand wanted, but what they got. And it's Lucy Grills, she's got them all around her. Finds the 1-2 with the number 2 in Silito. Silito now, they're all over her, these Black defence. Have a look at them go. But it's still Lauren Silito, gets out of traffic, gets out of trouble, looks for Grills, and nice bit of racket work there from Beth Pika, unloading Grills, and sent that ball back towards the 30-yard line. But Grills, too good on this occasion, was able to get back to it. And now she's got to do the dance and contend with the number 3, Beth Pika, once again. So it's Grills, the number 1 for Australia, in control, drives around the front and puts it through the sticks, which will put goal number 24 on the board. 23 on the board for the Aussies. What was I saying? Oh. Oh, is it? Oh, right. So Lawrence Stiletto doing all the work there as ball gets thrown in, far side of the field. The 1-2 action between the New Zealand offense. It's Beth Peaker carrying the ball, riding the little bay horse. As that's Beth Peaker, looks up, finds Kyla Hill. As she ducks around the back, takes on the stick from Thomas, and that'll put goal number 12 on the board for the All Blacks. So the New Zealand girls looking to pull it through once again and give the other chucker for the men something to go on to. They seem to be getting a bit of a roll up this chucker, these New Zealand women. As we line them up, the ones, the twos, the threes, they're there now as it's gone out. Bounce off the threes. They've left it there. No, they haven't. It's the number 3, Suzette Thomas. She's come up with it. She puts the pass out to the number 1 in Lucy Grills. Grills now. In come the New Zealand defence. Can't quite get a shot at the cherry. Suzette Thomas taking a player out, making a one-on-one contest. In the meantime, Grills has lost it, and Chris Franklin has blown his whistle, and that'll pull them all up, where Lucy Grills will take the 10-yard throw from the spot. Bounce came up nicely, and it'll sit there for that lady in Lucy Grills once again to do the dance with Beth Peaker at the top of the D. She goes for a ride in the top right-hand corner. Looks to sneak around the back, out in front now. Leans out as a shot and puts it through the uprights. Goal number 24. So 24 plays 12 in favour of the Aussies. Midway through the seventh chucker. Far side of the field with umpire Jolly. He puts it in. What a good throw it was. It bounced off the twos and Snow wasn't snapped out of there by the number 3 for New Zealand. Beth Peaker. Peaker still in control. Put the Hail Mary pass out to Hill. Couldn't quite make it to her though. She'll volley it back into the area, but that's not good enough. And it'll be an Australian ball in the goal scoring area for the New Zealand. So Suzette Thomas, you'll take the 10-yard throw. Gets first crack at it. Bounce comes up well. Suzette Thomas played in many Australian sides over the time. Pass went out to the number 1 in Lucy Grills. Grills runs into a bit of traffic. Good enough to get herself out of it. Hard press there by the number 1 in Kyla Hill. It's still Lucy Grills in control. They're in a bit of traffic now. But Grills, will she come out of it? No. It's the number 2, Gemma Murray. They're coming from everywhere. You're seeing it from Kyla Hill. The number 1 from New Zealand. Took it off her. Heads for the 30-yard line. Unkind bounce. Got to pull that pony up. It's still there. Kyla Hill. She'll get first crack at it. Yes, she will. Lets Thomas fly by. And it'll be Kyla Hill rides into an open goal. And that'll be goal number 13 in favour of the Aussies. But that's goal number 13 for the New Zealanders. And the fancy racket work there from Kyla Hill as 24 plays 13 in favour of the Australians. But put your hands together, folks, because that's time. That is the end of the 7th chucker. Unless it's a playoff, by looking at that scoreboard, is highly doubtful. That is the last time you're going to see these girls. Riding on for the New Zealand side was Kyla Hill, Gemma Murray and Beth Peaker with Marantai on the sidelines. And it was for the Australians, Lucy Grills, Lauren Solito, Suzette Thomas and Beth Hafey was on the pine. So the score is 24 plays 13. Plays 13 in the exhibition match here on the Olympus horse feed field, the blue field, the main field, the one where it all happens, ladies and gentlemen. And as we ride on for the last chucker of this men's competition, we have Australia out to a fairly big lead. However, these New Zealand fellas, they're not going to take it lying down. Might see if we can grab Richardson, see if he can pull one out of the hat. And he's not going to die wondering. So as we welcome back to the field, riding on for their last chukker for the New Zealand men, it's going to be the same again. Jared Richardson, Russell Ty and Beau Moore's gone back out the back. For the Aussies as they ride on, they've got to change. Paul Jim Grills, he's not throwing enough, so they've let him have a rest. And it'll be the number 1, Abbott Grills, the number 2 will be Lance Anderson, and the number 3, Will Weston. So we're ready to get rocking and rolling here for the last in this men's competition here at Ballarat 2019. But just what he needed was Richardson. He was too close to the sideline, and as he snapped that ball, and the sharp eyes from the young fella was in the wrong place at the wrong time and stepped over the sideline while he had it. Therefore, it'll be Abbott Grills' ball from the spot. As you just seen, that bounce come up nicely for him, where Abbott Grills, he'll look to poke his way down into the goal scoring area. Steps around Russell Ty, got unloaded, and the ball's gone on the ground, but Will Weston says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Russell Ty looking to get a chop at the cherry. Couldn't quite get it off Weston, though. And he'll look for the number 1 in Abbott Grills. Weston still in control. Grills having a bit of a hard time, tied up with Beau Moore down there in the goal-scoring area for the Aussies. It's Weston. Finds Abbott Grills now, who's out in front, all on his own. He takes the ball and goes for a ride in the top right-hand corner of the area. Look, will he put a bit of pace on now? Where's 1, 2, side flick. He loves that shot. You've seen it all before. And that'll be goal number 25 for the Australian side. As I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for our major sponsors. And one of our major sponsors here this weekend is Olympus Horse Feeds. This is their field that they're playing this exhibition match between Australia and New Zealand. As the ball's gone out the back, picked up there. No, Will Weston didn't want it. Lance Anderson, I said, I'll take it. Where's one for his efforts? Fine Grills out in front like a good one should be. Bounce, traps, shoots. That'll be goal number 26 in favour of the green and golds. As the pickup from Lance Anderson, doing his job as the number 2. Found Grills out in front, the long bomb went through. So as they line up at the top of the scorers here, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, they're all there. Will Weston got a racket to it. Will he pick it up? Yes, he will. Got the helping hand for his efforts. Hard pressed there by Russell Ty. In come the black defence, put the 1-2 out to his teammate in Lance Anderson. On the lead, big pass. Nicely taken there by Abbott Grills too. Cops of wood, sucked him right in, is that more? But it's Abbott Grills still in control as he rolls her through for goal number 27. Yeah, nearly. So we got the last chukker of this exhibition match between New Zealand and Australia. Keep watching. Even the skill level of these blokes is great to look at, let alone not paying any attention to the score as we line up on the far side of the field. The ball's gone in, snapped out of there by that man in Will Weston. Weston puts a long bomb out to Grills. Nicely taken by Grills too, I might add, as he lays that bounce down. And it was easy as that. That goal was scored in 4.68 seconds. And we need to see a few more of them from the New Zealanders. But that'll put him up to goal number 28. Place 13 in favour of the Australian side. Last chukker. We're at the bottom of the 8. Here they come. Ball goes in. It's going out the back. No, it hasn't. Bounced off the trees. Moore got a racket to it. It'll sit there for Richardson, the number 1 for New Zealand. He'll come up with it. Bounces it down. Leans out. Has his shot. And that'll put goal number 14 on the board for the All Blacks. So Beau Moore, I'm pretty sure he got a racket to that. Couldn't quite hang on to it and flicked it way up high. And that went way up, way down into the racket of the awaiting number 1 in Richardson. And just in the right place at the right time, was able to capitalise and throw their 14th goal. Ball went out the back from the far side of the field. It'll sit there for the number 3 on the Chestnut Pony in Weston. Weston puts it one ball out to his number 1 in Abbott Grills, where Grills will go left. Cover work come in by Lance Anderson, who's pulled off, and it'll be Abbott Grills rides into a bit of space there. The hard work was done by his number 2, Lance Anderson, which made it all the much easier for Grills to come through. Grills taking that one a little bit cheap, as he steered it just to the left of the goals there. As time off scored by umpire Chris Franklin. So it'll be the number 3 in Beau Moore for the New Zealanders. He'll take it. 10-yard throw come up nicely for him. As it's Beau Moore in control, the number 3. Looking to link up with that number 1 in Richardson. So Richardson's come back out. He's having a bit of trouble getting down in the area. Come back out to pick up the ball in centre field. Lance Anderson looking to get a piece of the young fella down there, but Beau Moore won't let him do that. As Richardson's come through, claims his spot, bounce went down, and they're hard pressed, but we have a whistle on play from umpire Chris Franklin, and a free goal has been awarded. So I'm guessing it was a free goal towards the New Zealand side, which it was for a Will Weston is in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's a free goal to New Zealand. 15 goals, plays 28. Snapped out of there by the number 3 in Will Weston. He looked up, done the flashy backhand flick to his number 1 in Abbott Grills, where Grills will do the dance. He's got to step around these black shirts as he lays the bounce down over the 30-yard line. Side flick coming up. That'll put goal number 29. So in the late stages of this 8th chukker, ladies and gentlemen, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, but I'd say she's definitely warming up. As time ticks away in the last chukker of this exhibition match, Australia are way out in front. The Kiwis won't catch him now as the ball's gone out the back. Will Weston, he's still drawing the whip though. It'll sit there for him. No, it won't. Lance Anderson, he didn't want it. The young gun from New Zealand, Richardson, he'll come up with it. Puts a little lob over to his top, but he couldn't handle it. Once again, one of those, he's got a couple of rackets issues, but ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. That's the end of the 8th chukker. A fantastic display of polo cross between Australia and New Zealand. That's the last time you're going to see them. The New Zealand man riding on with only 3 players, which was Jared Richardson. The number 2 was Russell Ty. The number 3, Beau Moore. For the Aussie side, the run-out winners, the number 1 was Abbott Grills. The number 2, Lance Anderson. The number 3 was Will Weston with Jimmy Grills on the sideline. But run-out winners by...
This is Karen's key that we found. She said she lost it. Okay. I don't know who she is.
Karen.
Yeah, I think that's what I know.
No worries.
So,
thanks.
Thank you.
So what an excellent display of polo cross that was. I might add, ladies and gentlemen, there is a feed on at the shed. That feed will commence at 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, make your way over there to grab yourself a feed. But what a cracking display of polo cross that we've seen here today from all competitors here in the competition. And it's not over yet. We've still got another day to go tomorrow. So now would be a good time to grab a can, kick back and relax and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. The live entertainment will be there tonight in the shed. And as well as all these polo cross players, you'll be able to talk to them and have a chat. I'm sure that they're very friendly people from both New Zealand and Australia. Just on another note, Karen, if you're looking for your car keys, go up to the commentator. Karen, we've got the car keys here. Looks like they're for a Ford, I think.